Here we go! Okay, let's go!
And welcome everyone to the 1UP XP Show, episode 77. And we're getting close to 100. But this week we take you into a rather new game called Deceive Inc. Now it is a lot of fun. It does cost a little bit of money, but it's on all platforms and it is cross-play. Now it is a very fun game that has a little bit of everything when it comes to prop hunt, multiplayer games, battle royales, and even extraction games. So what I mean by all that is you go into a game as a spy, you are covered in someone else's image, if you will, put it that way, and you have to go through doing missions, and you can turn into other items, you can turn into other people, you have to keep your identity under wraps. But if you get caught out by another agent, it's a battle, and you have to either be sneaky and get away, or you have to kill the other person. Now, the final mission is you have to grab one big item and extract. And that's when everybody can kind of see where you're at. And that's when everything starts to go down. But throughout the mission, you get perks that will help you become speedier, become a little more intelligent, become a little more sneakier. But you also have special items with each spy. So there's a lot to it, but it is a lot of fun. So we're going to show you that today. Check it out.
Vehicles.
All right.
And waiting. Thank you for choosing us.
About time.
I got an idea.
Nobody ever suspects the staff. No safe is safe from me. I can never say no to extras. Very generous of you. Ooh, would be a shame if someone took it.
Do not be alarmed, but a rival has deactivated a vault terminal. Vitals are improving. Now go get them.
See, there's an escape pod right there, chat. First of all, there's a terminal right here. I think we chill here.
Beautiful right here.
You are late. A vault terminal was deactivated.
All right.
Vault open.
That guy's questionable.
This party started.
We're being super sneaky here, chat.
Ugh. I've got to act like a nerd.
I don't have a purple key card.
Can't hurry technology.
It's a lot of people right here.
I can never say no to extras.
This guy's sus. There's someone right there. I see him.
What do we have here?
All right, I gotta think this through, chat.
For the great escape.
Could be anybody, chat.
Extraction vehicle has arrived. Be careful.
It was barely a challenge.
Boom!
How can someone just disappear? And victory once again.
We did it, chat. Sneaky. So there you go. It took me probably 2 days before I got my first victory, and then they started coming in bunches. But once you start understanding the game, it becomes a little bit easier for you. Let me tell you. It's a lot of fun, though. Check it out. Deceive Inc. You can find it on any platform. Coming up next, we sit down with NMC's Madden player, Damon Livingston. Kid's got a good head on his shoulders, and he had a tremendous season. What he's looking forward to next season coming up right after the break. And welcome back, everyone, to the 1UpXP show. We take you up to Traverse City to NMC, and we talk to their Madden player, Damon Livingston. Check out some of the highlights here. Damon, welcome, brother. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate being on here. I appreciate the opportunity to represent my people. You know?
Dude, I love it. And
Great
you're from Traverse City. As we were talking about earlier, you're from Traverse City, played at Central, graduated last year, and then you found your way to NMC. Now, we'll get into that in a little bit, but let's talk about Madden and how long you've been playing.
So the first time I ever, put my hands on the sticks was actually at a Walmart tournament to win the game. So it was Madden 25, the anniversary game.
Yep.
So this is 2014.
Yep.
And, I liked football, but I wasn't much of a gamer at that point. And, my dad was the one that introduced it to me. And so we go off to Walmart because there's a tournament to win the game. And actually, he lost in the first round. I made it to the next round.
That's hilarious.
3 plays. And this was back when Frank Gore was still relevant with the Niners.
With the Niners, yeah.
And so, I ran 2 plays pretty much. And one of them was give to Frank Gore, run for 99 yards.
So let's talk about how you wound up at NMC. And we'll get into, your season, how you're doing, because it is tremendous to talk about what you've done this season. But let's talk about how you got at NMC and how you got there. You played football in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And you're, obviously you graduated last year. But what brought you to NMC?
Well, I mean, if we going to put it in simple, terms, money.
Right.
To be able to pay for college and, to be able to do things I have to be successful. I'm going through a program to where my first years of college is covered. Yeah. And then I plan on transferring somewhere else, maybe to CMU, maybe to Calvin, whatever, it takes me. But for the most part, it's really just about making sure all my stuff was covered. And, I thought of Alma College and I thought about playing football there, but, you're a straight A student for the most part and everything you do. And then you get $39,000 in scholarship money. And then you turn around and you still owe $29,000 per year. And it's like, I don't really feel like going into debt.
No, it doesn't make sense.
It's like, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Right.
So I'm going to come back. I'll just go right next to where I graduated to, go to NMC. Yeah. And now I can still stay connected to my people and I can still invest back into my community. Right now I coach track and later in the fall, I'll coach football. And so now that, especially with my high school, they know who I am. They've known the success I've had. And now going down to the kids at the middle school that I'm coaching now they can see my face and say, okay, this man's been to the mountaintop. Let's hear what he's got to say.
Let's talk about how you got into Madden, though, at NMC. Obviously, you love football, but NMC didn't have Madden when I interviewed them, when they first started up. How did that come about?
You know what, man? I am probably the first Madden player they've ever had because going into this year, Madden was played on the PS4, so it was played on old gen because PS5 had the PS5 and the Xbox Series X and S. They had already been out for about a year, but obviously COVID ruined a lot of stuff. Can't get a lot of stuff in, and so they had to buy a new system when I signed on because they just didn't have it.
Right,
and so first year I come in and they buy all the new stuff and I'm playing on the Xbox new gen and they got me on PS4 old gen. It's like, okay, well, let me see what I can do. And, I wind up going to the quarterfinals. So I did solid.
Right.
But,
And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more NMC's Damon Livingston, their Madden player, right after the break. You have another year, right?
Yeah, I got another year. So I got 2 semesters to do what I got to do.
You think you coming back? You playing Madden? You going to prove yourself?
I'm coming.
All right, that a boy.
I'm coming.
That a boy. I love it. All right.
And next semester I'm taking the championship next semester. It's game over.
That boy. Love it, Damon. Love it. What's it like being a collegiate esport athlete? How do you balance the work and play? And like you told us, man, you're a steward of the community. So how do you balance all this, brother?
Everybody's different. It's the mindset you carry. I go to church. I coach football. I coach track. I'm a drummer. I work. I do college. I'm a full-time student.
Yeah.
And so I'm probably doing more than most. I'm probably doing double than what most people can handle, but it's a mindset.
You love wearing all those hats.
It's pride.
Yeah,
You have to take that with pride because I'm doing more than most people are willing, and some of the stuff is easy to me.
I love it.
But you got to be able to set that standard, and a lot of that is thanks to my father, who just set that standard. Like, it took him, he had to do this the hard way. It took him 19 years, but he finally got his master's degree the second I graduated, and now
Love
he's
it.
teaching. He's finally doing what he wants, and so a lot of that is a respect. It's pride.
Pride.
I've built my whole major, minor, whatever.
Yeah.
I've built it towards where I want. I'm trying to be a football coach at a professional level, whether it be
boy.
college or whether it be in the NFL. And I've totally built, I'm doing exercise science as my major. That builds into strength and conditioning.
Yep.
And so now, say I stay at the high school level, now I'm in control of my strength and conditioning. So I know what my athletes are doing and I can watch them and I can be a head coach if I do it the right way. Or
Yep.
maybe I go to the college level and maybe while I'm getting my master's degree, you apply to be a grad assistant. Now I'm building experience with the football program, and either I stick with them and become an assistant coach, or I come back and now I'm overqualified to coach football in high school. And now I'm getting all this experience, and I'm just building towards my dream, and that's what I want.
Brother, I don't know if I've ever heard a better plan set out for the future than that, dude. So listen, you had a tremendous season. What do you have to do in the offseason and for next year to be better or stay just as good? What do you have to do, Damon, as the next, I'll say it now, the next champion at NMC for Madden? What do you have to do?
Well, the reality is if I stay the same, I got worse because I did, while everybody
That's
else
true.
around
You
me is
didn't take a
getting
step
better,
forward.
I stayed in the same spot. Got to take a step forward.
Mhm.
And so now I'm already playing the game right now, figuring out a whole new offense. I don't have to change my defense in particular
Mhm.
because it wasn't broken. There was nothing wrong with
It
it.
was on
There's no
lockdown.
glitches.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you give up less than 18 points per game. It's pretty solid. That's
Yeah,
pretty
lockdown.
good.
Yeah.
And so, defense now, obviously, I still want to add some pieces, got to add some wrinkles so people can't get a beat on it.
Right.
But for the most part, my defense is pretty solid. Now I got to come back to the offense and say, how am I going to put them points on the board?
Right.
And whether it be passing, whether it be running. And a lot of that, I have to wait to see how this new game plays out. Is it going to be a running game? Is it going to be a passing game? But I got to be able to do a little bit of everything. So that way, no matter what situation's thrown at me, I can adapt and overcome.
And my huge thank you to Damon for sitting down and talking to me about his season. One thing that we did cut out was a little bit of an issue that he had that kept him from the championship game, and also words from him, but also words from the conference. There was a big debacle about plays that he was running and whether or not the rules were in set. So we cut that out because we didn't want to step on anybody's toes. But good news is Damon is looking towards next season, and he is going to change everything up. And you heard it in the interview. He's gunning for that championship. And to be honest with you, I don't see anything stopping Damon. He's a great kid. But coming up next, we have one more segment here on the 1UP Show. We'll be right back. And that does it for the 1UP Show. Thank you guys for being here so much. Appreciate it. Thank you for joining me as always. Next weekend, not sure what we're going to have on the show, but it is going to be a good one. We have more schools starting to come in after their seasons have wrapped up. We'll talk to programs, but also coming up at the end of the month, we have C4, which is going to be huge at Cherry Capital Comic-Con. So be good, stay safe, take care. I'll see you guys next week. Here we go!